Somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising? Blackmail me with money? Go f yourself.
Look, this show has allowed all kinds of people to come on. People we agree with, people we don't agree with. I've not been a fan of this man's. I don't like how he talks to us. I don't like how he talks to the nation.
Elon Musk made his message clear. It was too late. After months of being mocked by Whoopi Goldberg and the hosts of The View, he finally had enough. What began as light jabs turned into a constant joke at his expense. But when Elon took legal action, the mockery stopped. A massive $80 million defamation lawsuit was filed. And this time, no PR statements or apologies would fix the situation. Elon wasn't joking anymore.
Musk now asking a federal tech check. It is getting spicy now, Steve.
Yeah, Carl, spicy to say the least, with Musk ramping up this law.
Elon's silence had led people to think he was brushing it off, but behind the scenes, he was preparing for war. While The View mocked him on live TV, Elon was gathering evidence and building a team of top lawyers. The once bold jokes quickly turned into awkward apologies, but by then, it was too late. What crossed the line? What words made Elon say, enough?
I'm in favor of freedom of speech. Yeah. And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning.
It all began when Elon attended a youth tech event in San Francisco with his son, XAA12. The internet loved it, a rare father-son moment filled with joy. But the next day, The View turned it into a punchline. What was meant to, be wholesome turned into mockery, and Elon wouldn't let it slide.
What else to say? But it is, I'm just looking at this video and it's so bizarre.
The following morning, The View aired the heartwarming clip, but instead of celebrating the moment, the hosts mocked it. Joy Behar sneered, and one host suggested Elon was using his son for a sympathy tour. When Whoopi joined in, dismissing the moment as ego, it felt personal. Elon didn't retaliate with tweets, he went straight to his lawyers. The lawsuit came 2 weeks later.
You know what? X is an adorable name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him.
Even though the hosts treated it as a joke, Elon's legal team saw it as targeted humiliation. They didn't hold back. Musk's team issued a statement calling for accountability. Influential figures who use their platform to mock others need to face consequences. The media reacted, celebrities voiced support for Elon, and The View fell silent. Behind the scenes, ABC was scrambling, hiring PR firms, and trying to cover their tracks.
I was very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying. And it's not good for anyone. And it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever. People got very, very, very angry and still are angry. I mean, I'm getting, all of the mail from folks and the very real anger because people feel very...
Elon's legal team had everything. They had internal emails, off-camera audio, and producer messages planning the segment. The situation wasn't just about a joke. It was a calculated move. And as the lawsuit loomed, ABC went into full panic mode. Inside, producers were ordered to scrub every trace of Elon Musk from the archives.
I'm in favor of freedom of speech. Yeah. And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. And if at the point at which you lose free speech, it doesn't come back.
I think the issue some people have is that a lot of people were brought back. I mean, some people were brought back who were previously banned for spreading things like QAnon conspiracies. You have people like Andrew Tate who were brought back, who were previously...
Who is going to decide that?
You accept that misinformation can be dangerous, that it can cause real-world harms, that it can potentially cause...
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is that the BBC itself has, at times, published things that are false. Do you agree that that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
As the legal storm intensified, Whoopi Goldberg, once known for her unshakable confidence, started to fade. She was tense, withdrawn, and no longer laughing. Crew members noticed the shift. She wasn't the same. Behind the scenes, Elon's team continued to collect evidence, building something bigger. The message was clear. Elon wasn't backing down.
Saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, come on, man, this is too...
President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No. That's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. He's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. And that's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out hoping he would trip.
No, nobody wants anything done
No,
to the president.
it was lighthearted, and it's the holidays. Come on. My goodness.
You did not mean that anybody should hurt the president.
No,
of course not.
Okay. You know, the thing about this show, there's no way not to step in poo. For all of you who are waiting and saying, oh my God, listen to what she said. I got a cat who does it to me every day.
Elon Musk doesn't file lawsuits just to make a point. He does it to make a statement. His lawsuit wasn't about money. It was about setting a precedent. If this case went to trial, every messy detail would be exposed, and the world would see exactly how far Elon was willing to go to hold the media accountable. When the lawsuit was confirmed, the chaos at ABC intensified. Producers were ordered to erase every trace of Musk-related content from the archives. The scramble was intense. Editors, interns, even legal teams were thrown into emergency mode, combing through every segment involving Elon Musk, deleting clips and reviewing months of footage. Inside, ABC executives were in full damage control mode. Do you even realize how much Musk content we've aired? One executive shouted. The magnitude of the legal backlash was clear. This wasn't just another celebrity feud, it was a battle for accountability. At the same time, Whoopi Goldberg, the usually unbothered, quick-witted host, was visibly shaken. Her usual sass and swagger were replaced by tension and caution. Crew members noticed a dramatic shift in her behavior. She was tense, withdrawn, and less vocal. The Whoopi everyone knew had vanished, replaced by someone who was deeply aware of the legal storm brewing around her. She knew she was being watched, both by cameras in the studio and by Elon's legal team, who had everything documented. The day arrived. Court was in session, and ABC's quiet panic was about to unfold on a public stage. This wasn't just another lawsuit. This was a message to every media outlet that thought they could get away with defaming someone without consequences. Elon Musk was about to change the game.
I don't believe in cancel culture. I like the phrase that my friend Nick Cannon uses. We need counsel culture. You know, in the Jewish faith, Don, we have a concept called shuvah. And shuvah means redemption. It means all of us have the power to admit when we do wrong and to commit to doing.
Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say, I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when he's going to get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, you know, people put the leg out to trip you going down the...
Elon Musk didn't show up to court in a typical suit. He arrived calm but commanding, a man on a mission. Reporters crowded the courthouse as tension filled the air. Musk's legal team had something big, and when they revealed it, the courtroom was stunned. The screens flashed raw, unedited footage from The View. Whoopi Goldberg was shown mocking Elon's parenting style, rolling her eyes at his son's name, jabbing at his mental health, and questioning his fitness as a role model. No edits, no music, just brutal reality. After each clip, Musk's lawyer let silence settle in. No commentary, just truth landing hard. Then came the emails. Internal ABC messages, never meant for public eyes, were displayed. One read, "This week is Musk heavy. Let's ride the algorithm." Another said, "Mention his kid's name. It spikes Twitter." And the most shocking, "Have Whoopi land the closer. She's brutal. Audiences love it." Gasps spread across the room as Musk's legal team revealed how carefully orchestrated the attacks had been. ABC's legal team shifted nervously. Whoopi sat frozen. Even the judge leaned forward, clearly rattled. But the real bombshell came. Next, voice recordings from private off-air moments. One clip had Whoopi laughing about poking Musk for a viral moment. The effect was immediate. Reporters stopped writing. ABC's team flinched. Whoopi didn't blink. It was clear this wasn't just casual banter. It was calculated media strategy. Musk's lawyer wrapped up saying, "This is what happens when a media brand thinks it's untouchable. Mr. Musk does not." The next day, The View felt completely different. There were no bold speeches, no smug entrances, only awkward tension. When Whoopi appeared, her smile was gone. She nervously said, "Sometimes, in trying to cover what's trending, we cross lines. Maybe this time, we did." It was the closest she'd come to admitting fault, but it felt rushed and insincere. Joy Behar muttered, "We all love a good debate, but maybe we went too far." Even Sunny, who had shrugged off the lawsuit earlier, added quietly, "We're learning," but it felt too little, too late. Elon's legal team had already made it clear they weren't after an apology, they wanted accountability. And then the internet exploded. Memes flooded every platform. "Apology tour denied" trended, and TikTok creators dissected every moment of the apology. One meme showed Elon photoshopped into a courtroom holding a flamethrower labeled "Facts," while Whoopi hid behind cue cards reading "Oops." Another meme compared Whoopi's laughter at Elon's son's name to her solemn apology, captioned, "When you clown a billionaire and forget he has lawyers." The comments rolled in. Elon just stood up to an entire network and didn't blink. This is media justice. Even creators who had criticized Musk began siding with him. One YouTuber said, "This isn't about liking Elon, it's about respecting boundaries." Mainstream journalists joined the pile-on, questioning The View's behavior. One editor-in-chief tweeted, "Love him or hate him, Elon Musk just delivered a masterclass in accountability." But Elon, he stayed silent. No posts, no tweets, no interviews, just watching as the internet roasted Whoopi. Legal experts started calling the case a landmark one. If Elon wins, it could set a new precedent for media behavior. Inside ABC, panic set in. Meetings were held, and sources hinted that a settlement was being considered. But settling could be seen as an admission of guilt. Whoopi's future, uncertain. Some wanted her suspended, others wanted her gone. Ratings dropped, advertisers pulled out. An internal memo said it best. This isn't just a PR crisis, it's reputational collapse. The View was on the verge of imploding, a legacy show, reduced to a media disaster. And Elon, still unshaken. His lawyer simply said, "We look forward to continuing the process. The lawsuit continues, and Whoopi's apology might have come too late." Elon Musk sent a clear message: too late.
Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, or DEI, everybody knows it as that, former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg weighed in with a take that surprised some people. Watch.